Loving Sairam brothers and sisters, in today's Swami Mahima Cheppu, we have a Sai brother who lives in Africa and he shares an experience with us. An experience which is very relevant in the times of today. An experience which will again reinforce your faith in Bhagawan. Sharing the experience in his own words. Om Sai Ram. I am a South African Indian, but I work in Nigeria. I am currently back in South Africa. On the 28th of June, I had gone with my sister for our aunt's funeral. Our aunt had died out of a stroke. On the 30th of June, my sister called me to say that she had been tested positive for COVID. That same evening, I too felt feverish and I did not feel well for the next 3 days. I stayed in bed most of the time, not feeling very good. I had all the symptoms of a flu. On the 6th of August, my wife and I decided to go get ourselves tested, as so many months had passed, and I felt much better. On the 7th of August, both our results came positive for COVID. We took necessary steps at home, as we have a 14-year-old son too with us. On the 10th of August, we decided to take our son too for testing, and on the 11th his results were positive. Now we had all three of us being tested positive. Being a Sai devotee, the only thing we did was pray to Swami. Amazingly enough, we all three showed no symptoms after our initial test and sailed through the entire journey of COVID until today with no complications or complaints whatsoever. Although my wife had in between just complained of a little chest issue. Our extreme gratitude to Bhagawan, to Swami, is because our son had not shown a single symptom. He ate normally and he was as active as ever. It's now over 20 days, and all through Swami's grace and guidance, we have all been able to overcome this virus. My humble pranams at the lotus feet of our beloved Lord. It was indeed a miracle. Om Shirdi Sai Sathya Namaha. We surrender to Sai, who is the embodiment of all powers. Om Shirdi Sai Sathya Sai Namaha. We surrender to Sai, whose will is immediately effective. In the divine discourse given on December 26, 2007, Bhagawan has mentioned how we should have supreme faith in the will of Sai. Please do have a look at it. Loving Sai Ram.
కానీ వారి నమ్మకము వారిని నడిపిస్తుంది.
Ultimately, it is your faith that protects you, that will stand behind you.
రాయిని పట్టుకొని దేవుడు అనుకుంటే రాయి దేవుడు అవుతాడు.
If you hold a stone and call it God, yes, it will respond.
దాంట్లో అంటారు.
There all mystery happens. There you will experience divinity.
సంకల్పంకు మించినటువంటిది జగత్తులో ఒక్కటి లేదు.
In this world, there is nothing beyond the will of God.
అంతా will of God.
Everything happens according to the will of God.
కనుక ఆ will of God ను గుర్తించుకోవటమే మానవుని యొక్క ప్రయత్నం.
Therefore, it is the responsibility of every human being to remember constantly the will of God.
కనుక మానవులకు నమ్మకం చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్.
Therefore, for every human being, faith is very important.
ఫెయిత్ ఉండినప్పుడే ఆ ప్రేమ చేస్తుంది.
And with this faith, you will have the love with which you can march on.
రెండు చేరినా
When these two join together,
దానికి అభివృద్ధి వచ్చేస్తుంది.
there lies the progress.
కనుక ప్రతి మానవుడు కూడా ఫెయిత్ ఉండాలి.
Therefore, everyone must have faith.
కనుక మాస్టర్ ఫెయిత్ రావాలి.
So one should have supreme master faith.
మాస్టర్ ఫెయిత్ వచ్చినప్పుడు
with that master faith,
ఎన్నైనా చేయవచ్చు.
you can achieve anything.
తన దేహంనే మార్చవచ్చు.
You can change even the body.
బాడీ చేంజ్ చేసుకోవచ్చప్పుడు ఎన్నైనా జరగవచ్చు.
Anything can happen.
ఆ ఫెయిత్ని సెల్ఫ్ అన్నారు.
This very faith is the self.
ఆ సెల్ఫ్ అనేది లేకపోతే
Without this self,
ఏమీ హెల్ప్ చేయలేదు.
you cannot help.
కాబట్టి ఫెయితే హెల్ప్.
So faith is the help.